Hello everyone, my name is Jeff, and this is the Fire Force Episode 1 review. With me, as always, is Coby. Welcome to the show, Coby.
Hello, happy to be here. I'm hot. I'm feeling it. Hunk of burning love.
Hunk of burning love. Name another fire-related song, go.
Burn, baby, burn.
Uh-huh.
Burning down the house.
Okay.
My world is burning. I'm on fire. I don't think that's a song, but I'm sure it could be.
It is now.
Yeah, it is now. We just made it a song.
That's actually more than I thought you were going to come up with.
Me too. I was surprised myself.
You should join the Fire Force team, which is, a great segue into the anime we're discussing, which is Fire Force.
Perfect. As always.
As always. So, yeah, did you like the show?
First impressions of it, I was happy with it. I'm excited to see where it goes. It did exactly what a pilot should be. It introduced an interesting protagonist, a very interesting and mysterious world, defined the rules pretty quickly and efficiently, and then introduced some of the cast, who I hope gets more expansion later on.
Yeah,
what about you?
I liked it too. It's a very solid first episode, and I think I'm gonna like this series a lot because it has, two great things going for it. One, the animation is amazing. I think fire is just in general one of my favorite things to look at and just in life in general, in movies, TV shows, animation. If you were to ask me what kind of bender would you be from Avatar: The Last Airbender, I'd pick Firebender because that's just awesome. Even though it's probably
like to
the
watch
least
things burn.
Yeah, it's probably the least practical. The most destructive. I'd probably go to jail. The government would pin me down and use me for experiments.
But it's a life worth it, right? Because you get to watch fire all day long.
Because I can go whoosh, check this out. Yeah, the juggle fireballs and stuff. Cool. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have an affinity for fire. They used to call me Hot Hands Jeff back in the day.
Who called you that? Name 3 people who called you that.
Really? I can actually name 3 people.
Okay, why were you called Hot Hands Jeff?
Because back... I don't want to go into my life story, but I was camping with a lot of friends, and I was moving logs in a fire with my bare hands. And I was the guy always stoking the flame. I always, poke at the logs and stuff, and sometimes I'd use my bare hands. And also, just before that, I was taking something out of the oven, and I forgot to use oven mitts, and I burned my hands. So that's why they call me Hot Hands Jeff.
I thought you were going to say you took it out of the oven, and I didn't feel a thing. Like, that would have been impressive. That would have been the impressive thing.
Well, I was about to say that until you interrupted me.
Sorry.
It's okay. Anyways, yes, I love fire. I love watching it, and this show has a lot of well-animated fire. Just whoosh, from the very first, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, maybe even 1 minute. You just see some beautifully animated fire. And it has it reminded me a lot about Studio Trigger. I was almost certain that it was made by Studio Trigger. They made Kill la Kill. I believe some of their staff worked on Gurren Lagann as well. Anyways, I just love their animation style over there, and it's not actually made by them. It was made by David Production, which made Cells at Work.
Ooh. Which
I guess is well animated.
I'd give that well animated rating.
Yeah, I mean a little more well known series though. They also made JoJo, a couple of the JoJo animes at least, maybe even more.
Oh, cool.
Good animation, good fire. That's all I really want. Is that all? I think there was something else I liked about the show. That's probably it, actually.
Okay, so I guess this world is terrifying to me. This is so scary.
Yeah.
They just live in a world where people just randomly, spontaneously combust. What?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting because, I don't know if you know this, but spontaneous combustion in humans, that's for a while, that was an urban myth or an urban legend thing where, I remember watching a documentary on National Geographic or something, a long time ago, back when National Geographic was starting to make shows about, ancient aliens and stuff.
Sure.
And so there was one documentary where they were investigating, unexplained mysteries, and one of them was spontaneous combustion, and there was a very specific photograph I recall seeing of, just a charred skeleton sitting on a chair, and apparently the story behind this guy was that he just died by bursting into flames. Which, as an adult looking back, it's kind of BS, because, if you burst into flames, you wouldn't just sit there.
Yeah, you'd run around in flames. Unless you're please, God, I just want to die. Can you make that happen? And then you light on fire and just oh, okay, this is it.
This is what I wanted. Or you run around and you get really tired and you're God, I'm so tired from running around trying to put myself on fire. I'm going to sit down.
Maybe he was listening to the old advice, stop, sit. and stay.
Stop, sit, stay, die.
Stop, sit, stay. Yeah, that's
Right.
that's how you defeat a fire.
Yes, I remember learning that in college and high school.
Both things.
So yeah, it's great. It's kind of cool that they kind of bring this urban mythology into this anime's, lore and turn, people spontaneously combusting into spontaneously combusting infernal demons of destruction. And I think I like that.
Who want something, right? They seem to be. They're at least. It's not just they burst into fire and that's it. They burst into fire and like are it's like it's their real soul, right? It's their spirit that's been like corrupted or something.
Yeah, because there's on the Fire Force team there is a priestess or like a nun, and there's a very much a spiritual aspect to defeating these monsters. Like they right after Shinra kicks a hole into the demon's chest, he immediately is like, rest in peace.
Yeah, I laughed so hard at that. I wonder if the show realizes how ridiculous that is. It's like, we're putting these souls to rest. Let me fire kick this in its front, while screaming really loud in an epic action moment. And then the factory manager is like, thank you, my wife's at peace now.
Thank you for kicking a hole in my wife's chest.
It's what she always wanted. It was weird.
That's what they all want. All these fire demons. They just want their chest blown open.
Yeah, that's all they want. Is that too much to ask for? Really? I'm glad we have a fire force out there who just go around kicking holes in people's chests.
Now let's talk about this fire force. So we have I have the members listed out right here. We have Shinra, who's a third generation pyrotechnic, and I think we learn from a single line in this anime that I think depending on what generation of pyrotechnic you are, you have different fire abilities. It seems like third generation you can produce flame, and then second generation, which is I think is Maki and Takehisa. I think they're the second generation folks, and it looks like we didn't get to see Takehisa. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. He didn't do any flame stuff, but Maki was able to manipulate flames. It seemed like. She was able to create a space in between the flames where they could walk around and maneuver.
Yes.
And then we have the two who are unpowered, which is Iris, the nun, and Akitaru, which is the captain. So the captain of the fire squad has no powers, and
I think that's badass. I love that.
It is cool, but I couldn't help but thinking at that that final encounter they had, where it's like, why is he the one charging in? Takehisa has fire powers and he has a gun. Why doesn't the captain have a gun? And also, why is he the only one that has this, medieval helmet? And first of all, wouldn't that melt your face? That's so impractical.
It's because he's the captain. The captain needs a medieval helmet, and he needs to be the one to charge in there and do stuff. A captain that's not willing to do what he asks his men to do is no captain at all.
Fair enough. But if that's all it takes to be a captain, I feel like these people would be dying more often. Their leaders would just be dying in the middle of fights. Like, all right, another captain down. Who wants the metal helmet? Anyone want to melt their face off this time?
Everyone's like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
But I will say that because I don't think he's a very good captain if you think about it, because he's just throws Shinra into the flames and makes him he gives him a pep talk right when they're in the middle of the fire. That's the worst time to have a new member. It's first it's be ready in 30 seconds. We got our first fire. Oh, okay. Is he good at his job? No, he kind of faints and collapses. And it's just if you feel, I like that line he says, feel fear, but don't let it get to you. But now just get up and do your job.
Yeah, it's very contradictory. Yeah, get ready in 30 seconds. All right, now in the middle of this fight, we're going to have a nice long conversation about fear.
But I guess, and I criticize it, but I guess it's something different that makes this from not being bland in terms of, or corny, because it's telling him you're here, you're one of us, you got to do the job. There is no other option. You can't skimp out on this. You can't have the easy way out. You need to man up and do it, which is, I think, a kind of a cool aspect.
Yeah, it's a very practical speech, I guess. In terms of Shinra himself, he has a dirty little secret about, well, I don't know if it's a secret, they kind of reveal it, but his parent or his mom and his little baby brother or sister dies in a fire. People think it was him, but he says that there was something else in the fire. But do you think that maybe he's remembering it wrong? Maybe it was him all along?
I think my theory right now, my crazy Coby theory, is that it was weird for them to include the mom is so important. Oh, there was also his baby brother there who also died. I think it was the baby brother. who was actually the one responsible for the fire, and because they said they couldn't even find his body, so I think he was somehow responsible. I don't know how baby he was either, but
He was a baby, as far as we saw.
Then maybe my theory doesn't hold much water, but. I thought that was a weird addition. It's like because they make his relationship with his mom, and they do some really amazing and powerful imagery, with some really great editing techniques. But then they also throw in that, oh yeah, your brother was there and he died too, which was odd to me. But I don't think it was him. Do you? Is that your theory?
Well, I mean, your theory sounds pretty good too. And I do recall when, like, during the flashback, there was like a really quick image of, like, in the midst of his mom burning alive, there was also like a quick image of like some dude standing over everything. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking. He looked like an older dude, which made me. That's what, because I first had my theory right away when the brother was just like, oh, the brother did it. But then like they show that figure in the fire, it's like, oh, this looks like a normal dude with glasses.
Oh, he had glasses? Okay, see, that's a detail that I totally forgot about. But
at least I think he did.
I was thinking that was that might have been Shinra, like, viewing himself in the third person or something. Like, what if he actually is a monster, and like he is a devil and is capable of just going crazy and killing people spontaneously or whatever?
That'd be pretty dark.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. I don't think it's gonna happen because none of our predictions ever happen usually.
Never, ever in 100 years.
We have a batting rate of like 0%.
Yeah, we're horrible at predictions, but they're fun. Do you like Shinra's character trait? The very particular one he has about when he's nervous, he smiles like a demon smile.
Very creepy, but interesting and memorable. And I guess that's really important in a quirky character trait. What do you think?
I like it because it makes him memorable. Like, it makes, like, I think so many of these animes and so many animes in general sometimes suffer from a very vanilla protagonist while crazy stuff happens around them. But this actually gives him like something that's memorable with the creepy smile when he's nervous, because you remember that, but then also gives him the driving force of, oh, my mom was killed and I think something's responsible for it. I'm gonna find out the answer, which just gives him a driving force, which stops us from being like a general general show of the week, which I was kind of worried about, with just like, oh, these bunch of people are going to fight a different fire demon each week, which is going to look cool, but like, what's the story there? But by making it so that something's causing this and somebody killed my mom with this, just makes me interested in the larger mythology.
Yeah, and another effect it has is that because they specifically say he smiles when he gets nervous, it's kind of cool because whenever he's smiling, he looks badass. But he's
he's just scared.
Yeah, he's like shitting his pants. So he's scared. But I wonder if that'll evolve over time. If it's like, if he'll like turn around, like they're gonna be like, oh, he's so nervous right now, but he's gonna turn around and he's gonna be like, I was never nervous the whole time, and his smile kind of becomes like a confident smile or something like that.
That'd be cool. I'll chalk that up to a prediction.
Yeah. Okay. Another crazy prediction that'll never happen. Awesome.
Never happen. The team itself, I guess we could talk about the characters first. Anyone else that stands out to you?
Oh, well, yeah, we can talk about the team. I was just going to ask you, Maki or Iris?
Which one's the nun? She's
Iris.
Iris or Maki? You know what? As of right now, I do like them both. Like, I think they both have certain elements to them that I kind of like. Like, Maki's pretty, Maki's the purple-haired one, right?
She's the firefighter one, the one with the fire manipulation.
She's pretty cool, and I think she's kind of badass, and I like her purple eyes. And she seems like a fighter, but she also seems a little goofy sometimes, which I like. But then there's something about that nun that just,
You like nuns.
I guess so. I think this has awakened something in me. What about you?
I'm gonna have to go with Maki for now. I was about to say Shinra.
Shinra, that smile, that damn smile.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Maki for now, simply because I like her design more, and she has more personality. Like you said, she's a little goofy, but she looks like she can handle herself in a fight too, which is really nice. And I just love that look. I love the design they have when they don't have their casual wear, basically, when it's just like those tight t-shirts with the straps and stuff. It looks badass.
Yeah, it does. And that's actually a good segue, because what I was trying to talk about before is that I will say this, I think their costumes are too bulky. I wish they had leaner costumes. I love the blue rings around them. I love it. I love that color blue. But they move like marshmallows, and I get it. They're fighting fire, so you can't really, show skin or show anything like that. I just wish their suits were at least more like battle ready, I guess.
More sexy.
I guess basically that's what I want, which I know is such a lame thing to want when it's like, oh, it's practical because they're, fighting fire. But I just wish, they didn't look like big puffed up people walking around.
I totally agree with you. I mean, I think, it's an homage, a homage at the end of the day. Because if they didn't have those puffy, because those are like real firefighting costumes, they got that puffy jacket stuff. If they didn't have that, then I feel like there would be a tenuous connection between the firefighters in this anime and in the real world, because they're basically the firefighters of our world, but in anime form. But if they didn't have the puffy costumes, then they'd just be like, oof, generic anime fighters fighting things kind of thing. But I will agree with you on one point though, that because Shinra's fire comes out of his feet, he looks stupid when he has no shoes on. It's just like this big puffy jacket and he has bare feet. And it's like little tiny feet. It looks like he's gonna tip over. Like if a gust of wind were to pass by, he'd just tip over and crack his head.
Is that because I guess that brings a question for these third generations and for people, can fire hurt him? If he can shoot fire from his body, I mean, shouldn't fire not be able to damage him, or only the fire that he creates?
Yeah, I have no idea. It's probably one of those things that'll never be explained.
No, probably not.
Because it looks like he was, when he was fighting the fire demon at the end, he was like dodging attacks and stuff, wasn't he? Or was he just being stylish? I don't recall.
If I was him, I'd want to be stylish because like I'm trying to make a good first impression because I just passed out just like 10 seconds before.
That's
How
true.
long was I out? Minutes? No, 5 seconds.
Oh, do you like the OP?
No, I don't actually. I like the animation around it, but I think the song does not match it. I think it's too slow for me. I want something really kick ass, but this was just like kind of nice.
I'll have to listen to it again, but I liked it a lot. It's possible that I was distracted by the animation because again,
animation's beautiful.
Yeah, the animation was absolutely gorgeous, even in the OP, especially in the OP. And so maybe I wasn't really listening to music that much, but my first impression, I thought it was alright.
Yeah.
So you're gonna skip it then?
No, I'm gonna watch it a few more times, see if it grows on me. Just because and I usually don't care so much about the animation for OPs. Like I really like the song is what gets me through it. Like I could care less about it. But this one is so well done that I'm just gonna watch it. I like the end. Wait, did we see the end? Yeah, we saw the end credits. I like that one. I don't remember it at the moment, but I remember liking it.
That one was dark. That's when you kind of get the nun's backstory from that one. Where like, she's having a good time at nun school, and then all her nun friends become fire demons and chase her away.
I wonder if each NP will be like that. Not each end will be like that. Each character has like their own.
Yeah.
And
I really hope so, because that would save some time in terms of like their backstories and stuff, because I'm kind of a fan of that, where it's like, it's not really, you don't have to know every single detail about their backstory. Just give me the cliff notes in the credits, and then maybe give me some dialogue or show me how they behave in certain situations that kind of point to, their past or something like that.
Yeah. I either like it when, I don't know which one I like more. It's like each an individual episode devoted to like one character and you've learned their backstory, or like when a character, you only get bits and pieces of the backstory for so long that you're dying for some type of background episode, and it happens much later down the line. That's where it like answers some questions. I think that one's more difficult to do because you have so many expectations, but when done correctly, I think that's powerful.
Yeah, totally agree.
What was your favorite part?
Probably when he was flying around with his fire jet feet. Just any part of that. I think he did that in the beginning and he did that at the end. And just watching that with the sound effects and the fire, yeah, really entertaining.
That's cool. Okay.
What about you?
I guess I had my two favorite parts about this didn't have anything to do with the animation, even though it was beautiful, the story. It was like some of the animation and the style of it. The two moments are, they're both pretty simple. It's just like when he first comes, like, oh, this place looks like a dump, and then he opens the door and then they walk, and like the hard cutting to like how big this place is, is huge, and it's just like, and then they walk a bunch of times in the same spot but different backgrounds, and like, you think this is a dump, isn't it? No. I like that, just the way that was put together. And then the one moment that really stuck out for me was like when things were kind of getting creepy with like his mom being like burnt alive. They had like that shot of her, it flashed to her, but then it stayed on her for like 5 seconds of her just kind of staring at the camera and smiling. That one really that got me. Like that was the scariest image of the episode. And that was including all the fire demons. So just moments like that, little flourishes I really loved.
Yeah, this definitely has a very competent director behind it. I looked at the dude's works very briefly, but nothing stood out to me. Then again, I'm probably going to miss something and someone's going to say, something. But yeah, I think we're in for a treat here. I don't really expect much from this show other than cool firefights. That's all I want.
That's all you want. Okay, I'm going the other way. I'm thinking we're gonna get a really cool story here, where just everything with like the story and the mythology with these characters. I'm throwing my eggs in that basket. I don't think that's an expression, but I'm used it anyway. I think I'm really have high hopes for this.
All right. Well, I think that's a good way to end it off. Coby, would you like to sign us off?
Of course. Thanks for listening, everybody. You've been listening to this on Nerd Blaze. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We love talking to the people who comment and engaging because we just like talking about cool shows like this one. So go ahead, leave a comment, all that fun stuff. Go check out our channel. We have a lot of other episode reviews for like Promised Neverland, Zombieland Saga, Cells at Work, even Game of Thrones, because we did that, because why not? But we do a lot of cool stuff, including a podcast called Anime Ricochet, where two dudes who know nothing about sports talk about sports. So yeah, we're quite loaded over there. Go check us out. But thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.